and moved the army into their houses and handcuffed millionaire citizens with no criminal record. So they'll use the cops and others looting the Walmarts to then go to the high and dry areas where people have got power and everything, and they will take over your house. And the military didn't like it, but they were ordered to do it. So that's the precedent. Use the welfare class to be the pretext to sell the ideas of the takeover and to prime the pump, and then it's just a permanent police state that's in place. And again, the constant military drills, the constant troops on the streets, the helicopters landing at the public school is part of a desensitization program that's been going on since Bill Clinton got in office in 1993 and has expanded since Obama got into office. And I remember at the time when I was learning about all this in 1998, watching a show, Sworn to Secrecy, that was on television. It's a 65-hour documentary television series about military history and the secrets of war in the 20th century. It was 65 episodes. The series premiered on the History Channel in September of 1998, where it prevailed in its 8 o'clock Sunday evening slot for over 2 years. The series was co-created, and it goes through, and it was narrated by Charlton Heston. Now, the invasion of Panama was episode 14, season 1, with Charlton Heston, who I'm proud to have known. The point is that when you listen to Chuck talking, he's talking about how they psyoped the Panamanians before they actually invaded for a year before they did it. And then they said that the Panamanian government had kidnapped college students, but when the media got there, they said nobody kidnapped us. It was all staged. I'm not defending the Panamanian dictator. The point is that Manuel Noriega started talking about how our government was dealing cocaine with him and that he shouldn't be getting blamed for having a $45 million Swiss mega chalet. And so they simply invaded the country, took him over, and shut him up because the CIA didn't want that known. And used a bunch of high-tech weapons to just indiscriminately blow up whole highways of people. And, I mean, they had all sorts of high-tech stuff they were using. But the issue is they talk about how they trained to make the public and the military and the locals stand down when they actually invaded for months practicing the invasion. To acclimate and desensitize, that's what this is today. And it's gone from a scale of 1 to 100, being about a 10 under Clinton, and then staying at about a 10, 15, 20 under Bush, and then now under Obama, it's gone up to about a 90. I mean, they're doing not just drills, but real law enforcement everywhere. And training to take on the Tea Party in the drills. That's Forbes magazine, Associated Press, Washington Post, and saying their main enemy is the gun owner, is the veteran. So this is real. This is happening. So understand, this is a premeditated psyop to condition the police, the military, the general public, everyone that this is normal and okay. And remember, when this psyop first began in 1993, 94, 95, 96, people would come up to me and say, when I was first on air in 95, and say, why don't you cover the black helicopters? They just hit East St. Louis. I remember that was one of the first ones I ever heard of. Why don't you cover the black helicopters? They just crashed in Houston. And I'd go, you're nuts. That's what crazies talk about, because I was a mainline conservative. Until I saw it for myself and covered it and was called a conspiracy theorist on the news. In the front page of the paper. And then suddenly had like military guys in the parking lot in plain clothes getting on both sides of me saying, you're not planning any terrorist attacks, are you? I was like, excuse me? Yeah, because you are. You're going to get hurt real bad. And I mean, FBI agents showing up. I mean, it was just, you know, telling me I better watch it. I'm like, you're with, it's just, there's a secret takedown of America that's now public. They've got the preachers, they've got InfraGard, they've got most of the doctors. I mean, this is bad, folks, and it's not to keep the country safe. The border is wide open. Let's go to Charlton Heston, just 30 seconds from the television show where he broke all this down, sworn to secrecy. Here it is.
We were jerking them, and that's what we wanted to do. We would wake them up at 2 or 3 in the morning, and they would go on alert, and they would go on alert, and we were just doing it over and over and over again. It got to the point that when we would do them, they would not go on alert anymore.
These sand flea exercises were a major secret of success for Operation Just Cause. The Panamanians were desensitized to U.S. troop movements, allowing the Americans to achieve a greater degree of tactical surprise during the invasion.
And the whole show is on YouTube. We should find that. And I know I've seen it and have them post it, tomorrow with my breakdown here to Infowars.com or PrisonPlanet.com or both. We're going to come back and finish up with Randy, but here's the deal. It's premeditated. It's been going on for decades. It's coming to a head. Is the big fat pimple going to pop? I don't know. Looks like it is. Okay? And it'll probably pop when they blow up federal buildings and blame it on Rush Limbaugh and Alex Jones.
Do you ever feel like you live in an alternate universe? As the stock market hits new highs, the middle class are dying. Manipulated financial markets and economic figures, chaos on our border, China and Russia bypassing the dollar. Life is getting ready to change. You need to prepare to thrive in the new economy. Go to babyboomerbackupplan.com or call 888-507-8789. That's 888-507-8789.
Silver has always been nature's very own antibiotic, and only one system allows you to generate an endless supply of natural silver solutions. SilverLungs.com. You'll find no wild claims or pseudoscience, just a lifetime of nano-sized pure silver solutions. The Silver Lungs generator allows you to make your own, so stop paying for silver solutions. The unique lung delivery system targets respiratory infections where other silver solutions simply cannot reach. See the Silver Lungs generator and lung delivery system at SilverLungs.com. That's SilverLungs.com.
Hi folks, Alex Jones here with some important information. I want to tell you about Matt Redhawk and his team of patriots over at My Patriot Supply. Several years ago, Matt was sitting in his 2-bedroom apartment, frustrated with the direction this country was headed and the charlatans willing to sell us out for a quick buck. Deciding to take action, a company run by patriots for patriots was born. My Patriot Supply has never taken a loan or accepted outside funding. They now operate 2 distribution facilities and employ over 50 hardworking American men and women. It is rare to find companies who practice what they preach. And that's why I stock my pantry with high-quality storable foods from My Patriot Supply. Go to mypatriotsupply.com/Alex today for special offers on emergency food storage or call their preparedness specialist at 866-229-0927. That's 866-229-0927. Do business with someone who shares your values. mypatriotsupply.com/Alex.
Mike Stenerson for Midas Resources. At no time in history have precious metals been more important, certainly not in my 22 years in the industry. The dollar has lost over 90% of its value in the last 60 years. No fiat currency has ever survived the government printing presses. Ours is not immune. The time is now to be proactive. 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. Anything tied to the dollar is at risk. CDs, annuities, 401ks, IRAs, stocks, bonds, you name it, so decide. Do you want to leave a legacy of wealth or debt for your family? The choice is yours. Call me at 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. That's 1-800-686-2237, extension 116. Be proactive, not reactive. Call 1-800-686-2237, extension 116.
The Genesis Communications Radio Network proudly presents The Alex Jones Show. Because there's a war on for your mind.
Please don't forget that this hour is brought to you by a wonderful storable foods company that I personally use, mypatriotsupply.com/Alex, 866-229-0927. Find all their specials, super high quality, great customer service, non-GMO, mypatriotsupply.com/Alex. And please don't forget, until next Monday, I guess till next Tuesday, technically, We're offering 10% off everything at InfoWarsStore.com. Thousands of products, films, books, T-shirts that are as low as $10 a piece, Made in America apparel, Molon Labe bronze belt buckles, all the InfoWars Life products, from X2 Survival Shield to the InfoWars magazine that's already at cost. 10% off everything. 10% off, and that includes the discounts that are already there. Promo code 10. Now, Common Core says we could say promo code 9, but no. The computer only recognized 10 at checkout. I know it's a conspiracy theory to say 10 is 10, but it is. Well, that's racist as well. But please continue to support us as you are, so we can continue to operate and expand. I mean, if I'm going to put my life on trying to defeat the globalist, I'm going to go all the way. We will do 5 minutes of overdrive to be able to finish with everybody. Randy, I kind of did a whole JAG for 18-minute segment going back to the genesis of my true awakening as a talk show host who was willing to cover real issues, learning about Bill Clinton and the proto-Homeland Security that he proposed, preparing to take over the states and wage war on conservatives and libertarians. Now this is all public. But yes, they've been preparing East St. Louis as a detonation point for a while. And so I'm glad that you brought up that issue. Do you have any points on what I just said?
Yes, Alex. By the way, I got DNA Force last week. I just wanted to tell you that the geography here is very important. St. Louis itself is very important, and I want to correct you. It's not East St. Louis. East St. Louis is on the east side of the Mississippi River.
I know it's north. It's north. I know. I'm brain dead.
But that's it. Alex, this is very important because
the railways.
The Mississippi River envelops 3/4 of greater St. Louis. So if there's some kind of a push or disturbance, it's all going to move from the north end of the community to the south. And to the south is where the rich people, the white people, the average people, the Hispanic, everybody else lives. And this is set up purposely. And the city where they did these DOD drills is actually between where this Pruitt-Igoe urban housing project, the greatest federal disaster ever in a housing project, and where this Ferguson is. It's right there. And you talked about the stuff moving south or South St. Louis. What actually happened was there were people that were starting to move out of that area, and they moved to the mall on the west side of town, which is south.
No, I understand. I understand. You know the area. You're informed. Try talking for 3 hours. I start getting stuff wrong. No, I know it's North St. Louis. They had these drills in East St. Louis and the North, correct? 2 years ago. I mean, I don't want to get caught in the minutia. The point is, this is a key strategic area. Why was the military there before? Yes.
Well, it's key strategic because of the geography and the way the Mississippi River would basically provide a barrier for people if they were to flee. You can't go anywhere but one direction. It's very, very, very important there.
No, you're right. It's landlocked, almost like a peninsula.
Yes. But the threat was to the mall where there's Nordstrom and Macy's and all these others. It was the better areas. That's what they shut down the mall last night in the Galleria.
Interesting, Randy. Very interesting points. Well, thank you for helping us out with that. Bottom line, they're preparing for martial law. I don't want to miss the forest with the trees here. The question is why. The question is when. And they can't say it's for security with the border wide open.
Visit GCNlive.com
That's the issue.
Today.
Overdrive coming up. Nightly News tonight, 7 o'clock.
This is Scottish John for Infowars.com. I know that most of you here in this commercial already know about the New World Order, eugenics, and all the other issues covered here at Infowars. The question is, do your friends and family know? If not, then I want to know why. Oh, I know it's tough to talk about this with some people. They might call you names, or they just want to talk about sports or soap operas. I say, so what? There's a battle going on out there right now. The ammunition is information, and the soldiers are you. It's time to transform your game from passive listening listener to active participant. We from Scotland have had our skin in this game for the greater part of the last 1,000 years, and I'm still fighting. If we don't all stand up right now, we're going to lose everything. The InfoWar is worldwide. Tell your friends about InfoWars and let them know that InfoWars doesn't print bull. It's real journalism and news backed up by documented fact. Step up and take your friends and family to InfoWars.com, PrisonPlanet.tv and PlanetInfoWars.com. The truth will set them free.